Questions 1 and 2, local development plans in Argentina. Your Spanish friends are talking about the development plans for a town in Argentina they are visiting. What are the opinions on these plans for the town? So we're putting P for positive, N for negative, P and N for positive and negative. So firstly, we're looking at the two questions. We need to indicate the opinion for green spaces. So we're thinking about words that might be something to do with that, things like espacios verdes or parques, jardines, that kind of language, and car parking. Words like aparcamiento, coches, aparcar. And number 2, we've got leisure facilities. So actually, we'll take one at a time. So let's have a look at our transcript. Number 1. Los vecinos valoran mucho los espacios verdes y apreciarán los parques y jardines. En cambio, todavía faltan espacios de aparcamiento. So the first thing we were looking at was green spaces. We've got words like espacios verdes, parques, jardines, so we know we're talking about green spaces there. And in terms of whether it's positive or negative or both, we've got verbs like valoran, they value, apreciarán, they will appreciate. So these are positive phrases. So therefore, we would have a positive for green spaces. Onto car parking for our second mark there. It says en cambio. Now, whenever it says en cambio, that shows contrast. So if we've just had a positive, we're likely to be following up with a negative. This words like sin embargo, however, fall under this category. So en cambio, on the other hand, and it says todavía faltan. They are still lacking. They're still missing parking spaces, espacios de aparcamiento. So whenever we have a word like faltan, they are missing, they are lacking, there aren't any, that's generally something negative as well. So two things there, en cambio and faltan, show that the parking space is going to be a negative. Then let's look at the leisure facilities. So we're listening out for words like instalaciones, facilities, instalaciones de ocio. We're also listening out for words, they're examples, things like polideportivo, sports center, piscina, swimming pool, estadio, stadium, those sorts of things. And reference to shopping area, so words like centro comercial, shopping center, or tiendas, shops, those are things we're listening out for. So let's look at the transcript. 2. Number 2. El diseño de la piscina es estupendo. So we know we're talking about a leisure thing here. We've got a swimming pool, piscina, and we've got a positive sounding phrase, estupendo. Mientras que el nuevo cine está muy lejos. Whilst, mientras que, whilst, so it shows a bit of contrast, a bit like en cambio or sin embargo. So we've got a positive thing, estupendo. We may have some contrast, so maybe a bit of both. So the design of the swimming pool is great, whilst el nuevo cine, the new cinema, está muy lejos, is very far away. So far away is negative, so we've got a combination of positive and negative for our leisure spaces. Let's look at the shopping area. La zona comercial será bonita y moderna, aunque demasiado ruidosa por los coches. So, talking about shops, we've got comercial, la zona comercial, the shopping area. So, bonita y moderna, these are two positive phrases. It will be pretty and modern. Then we've got a word of contrast, aunque, although. So if we've got something positive followed by contrast, it's likely to be a negative thing following, so positive and negative. And what do we see following? Demasiado ruidosa, too noisy. So ruidosa, noisy, that's a negative phrase. Also, whenever you see the word demasiado or hear the word demasiado, it's too much. So that's a negative thing. Too noisy por los coches, because of the cars. So therefore, the shopping is going to be both positive and negative.